Sumit ditches Jenny, and Aladdin's masculinity is threatened by his own wife. No one's safe. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
All right, Linda. Dang it. Almost got the beat, y'all.
You know what?
Almost. We're a little off. Hey, AfterBuzzers. Welcome back to the 90 Day Fiance The Other Way after show. All of these couples are going through a rough patch. You know, it's hard for them, but it makes for great entertainment for us.
Yes.
I'm your host, Alex Bowers. To the left of me, I have my wonderful co-host, Linda Antwi. You'll catch her everywhere on AfterBuzz, on the AfterBuzz network. Also, she'll make sure that you're up to date on all the news and gossip every week. We can always count on Linda, as well as Ashley Bowden. Catch my girl on Southern Charm after show, and she's always going to be relaying the messages you guys have in the live chat. So be nice and spill some tea. Let us know what's what. We love it. Okay. I don't know if you've heard, but there's definitely trouble in paradise with our girl Laura and our dude Aladdin. I don't know if he's our dude really, but I mean he's cute. He's cute. He's one to look at. I don't know if it was because of the jiggy. Maybe it wasn't good enough, or maybe something deeper. We'll find that out in news and gossip later on.
Yeah.
Overall thoughts on this episode. What are you thinking about even the season so far?
So let me just say this. Karine and Evelyn, and I've said this before, they are one and the same to me. I know y'all don't agree with me, but their level of meanness is like almost the same.
What? Are we watching a different show?
No, we're watching this
Karine with Paul?
show.
What?
Yes. I think Karine's a little bit more underhanded with her meanness, and Evelyn's more in your face. But they are mean.
Wow. We'll dive deeper into that.
Those are my overall thoughts.
That was bold.
Yeah, I was driving thinking about it. Like, why is she's kind of mean to Paul? To me.
Linda?
We're going to circle back to that because I want to know if you watched them in their other seasons.
Okay.
History. Their history. So my overall thoughts, I feel like this is a slow burning season, and I don't know if it's because I'm used to like all the drama from all the other 90 Day spin-offs, but this one I thought the other way we were going to learn a little bit more about the culture of the country of the person and their backstories a little bit more. Like how do you make it a little bit different so that you can experience the whole reason why you're there. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's the only thing that's surprising.
I agree 100%. I also feel like we could be a lot farther along than we are right now. They could be going through more. We can be exploring these cultures with them. I feel like we're not getting that. We're more so getting them, at home, maybe complaining or even being left.
Listen, I'm not about to sit here and watch Jenny stay in the house watch TV.
Right.
Me watching you watch TV.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Stop it.
I can't wait to talk about that.
Cannot wait either. But first, we're going to start with Corey and Evelyn. Not much with them, but we do know the business is costing him a lot of money. He has questions, but ultimately he's willing to pay. Did you raise an eyebrow at any of the prices that Evelyn threw out?
Yes.
You did. It was just...
kind of. Well, because my thought was that the materials would be less expensive because of where they are, but if they have to import a lot, then that would justify the high cost, right?
Yeah.
So that did make sense. But it just kind of sucked for Corey because we all know who's paying for it, So I felt kind of bad for him, but I mean, if they want to open up that bar, it takes money to make money sometimes.
I agree. Linda?
I mean, I thought it was interesting that she knew the exact amounts already. Like, you did your research, which, as a business owner and entrepreneur, that makes sense to do. But I also think it's interesting that it's like, you're going to just pay for it. Well, if it's our bar, or what are you chipping in?
Yeah.
Kind of like the Nicole and Azan situation. So you're going to give $6,000 and you're going to give $500. So you're going to give $5,000 and you're going to give $0.
Yeah.
Like,
and her family's supposed to be well off, right?
Yeah.
She should be able to contribute. 100%.
Yeah, and it sounds to me like she wants to make money and that she's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So, do your part too.
Yes. I kind of want to get into a little bit of their relationship. We know that Evelyn, kids they're off the table for Evelyn. Some people think it's selfish. Some people, kind of agree and understand. Do you think that it's a selfish decision if she's telling him before she has a ring on her finger?
No. Listen, he knew exactly who he was getting and where she stood. She's not new. Like, people who are so distinct in what they believe and, hey, this is who I am. I don't want to have kids. I want to make money. I want to continue to make money, and that is my priority. She's telling you to your face. Mm-hmm. So at some point, if you think that family and kids is important to you, you need to think about that before you marry her, because you're going to resent her down the road when you don't have kids.
I agree.
So I think it's a, I don't know what saying I'm looking for. It's a nightmare brewing, right? Mm-hmm. Because both of them know that they're not aligned on what they want, right? As far as family life. Yeah. Evelyn doesn't want any kind of family life. She just wants a husband and some coins.
Yes. She made that very clear.
And Corey obviously wants kids running around. He probably, might want her barefoot and pregnant. And she's like, I'm not about that life. So my thing is, to her, she's probably like, well, this, she's being very direct about it. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. Him, he's kind of like just going along with it because he loves her so much. But both of them need to stop. This should have happened months ago before he even moved out there. Yes. Because it's a crash waiting to happen. Like, basically what's going to happen is Corey's not going to be happy in the long run. Evelyn's not going to be happy in the long run. Mm-hmm. And it's just not going to happen. It's not going to work out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it can only go on for so long.
But sometimes people feel like they can change people, but when we talk about kids, that's nothing. You just don't just change it or just have a kid just to please your husband or...
You know what I think? I think Corey thinks that maybe his desire for that family life will go away, or it will maybe rub off on her or go away. And maybe he doesn't realize, like, this is what I want. Yeah. And he's not honoring his wants and his desires because of his love for Evelyn.
I agree.
He's loving Evelyn more than he's loving himself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think it's interesting, too, that he mentioned that, perhaps she would want to adopt kids. Mm-hmm. As an option. Yeah. But I agree with you 100%. I think that this is a train wreck.
That's what I was trying to say.
And the train is fast approaching, y'all.
He might think that they might slip up and she might end up having to have a child. I don't know
why he would bring up adoption. She wants nothing to do with it.
She does not want any. She wants, like she said, she wants money. Yeah. That's all she sees, dollar signs. And a lot of people can agree with that.
Cue up the Cardi B song.
And then the other thing that I thought was alarming was how he said, because he loves her, he's willing to just pay
anything. Yeah. And she knows that.
At first, it was a problem, it costs this much, and then whatever she wants.
Money can't buy you love. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I might be making that up.
I don't know.
Well, you guys, if you're into the show, which I assume you are because you're watching right now, we have so many other ones just like this. A lot of 90 Days, but also other ones, drama, comedy, you name it. We got it. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
Yeah, so we have so many shows, like Alex was saying, that you guys can choose from. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you are leaving comments. If you're watching us on iTunes, make sure you hit us with that 5-star rating. We definitely appreciate it. When you guys are in the comments, we are engaging back with you. We're shouting you out on the show, so we appreciate your viewership.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyone in the live chat right now?
Yeah, the live chat is lit. T. Jones is in the live chat.
What's she talking about?
Kimberly Mayfield is in the live chat. Sapphire 143.
Hey, y'all.
Kimberly checked me. She said, you're not taking into account what Karine puts up with.
Right. She done been through some stuff, though, Ashley.
No, I understand, but I just think that some of the stuff is, mean-spirited.
She done been through some stuff.
Man. Okay. We'll talk about it.
Absolutely.
I might be off on that, but I think she is. She does have a little Evelyn in her.
I can see if you're just getting to know her, I absolutely can see a little bit of sometimes she's a little feisty, but really this season not even compared to how she usually is.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about once we get there.
Okay, cannot wait.
Yeah.
All right, Jenny and Sumit.
Oh my God.
Pinocchio is still going strong. He is committed to the lie.
He is the Lion King.
Can I just say, he's never coming back? You know what I thought about? You know how he said in the beginning, the very first episode, whether he didn't know 100% if he chose Jenny. Do you remember that? And then in the second episode, I'm telling you, he tells on himself. In the second episode, he talked about how he quit his job and how he only paid the rent for a few months.
Right.
I think the rent's due and up, and he's like, peace. I'm out of here. I promise you, we're not ever seeing him.
Because even in the preview, we didn't see him, and I figured
I'm telling you
guys would leave out.
Jenny played herself.
She did.
Sure, she played herself super hard.
But what about when we looked it up? I think at the beginning of the show when they just celebrated their anniversary.
It's our anniversary.
I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you, man.
If I was Jenny, I would have been on the first thing smoking out of India.
Honestly,
I would have been out of there.
Watch TV. What? You just
I am not a toddler.
How long will you be gone? You don't know?
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
I'm trying to tell you, he is not trying to come back.
He's selfish.
Not.
She should have her bags packed and ready to go.
And how dare he say, you can text me or call me if you need anything, but stay inside.
Yeah.
Like, what?
But how long does it take for you to just go visit your family? It takes that long?
Well, because he didn't say visit.
He's got to go stay there.
He said, I'm going to go home.
He's got to play the role for a little bit.
Y'all, this is crazy. It's easier to just
that sounds like
say
weeks
what it is.
Or months.
It does.
He said, I can't tell you how long I'm going to be gone.
Yeah.
I can tell you.
And then he threw
That's
on
the
his
extended stay.
he threw on his stunner shades and got on the.
He sure did. He sure did throw on those Ray-Bans.
It's just like, oh
and
my.
scooted away on the cart.
He is a mess.
Can we just remember, too, that they met, he catfished her for months?
Let's not forget about the catfish.
Right. So
she thought she got an Aladdin.
Facts. And then she still fell in love with them. Like, just
she did.
The relationship started on a lie, and it's just sliding into more and more lies.
She just wants to be loved, and I definitely have a question about them later on in our special segment.
Okay.
Cannot wait to hear you guys' answers. Now, you have some explaining to do, Ashley. It's time for Paul and Karine.
Okay.
I'm going to just let you start. Take the floor.
I just think when Karine was having that... Okay, so two things. I didn't like the fact that when she showed up at her mom's house, the first thing they do is start gossiping about Paul. And he's standing right there. He's sitting right there. I didn't like that. I thought that was whack. Mm-hmm. It's just like, come on. Like, just... Why are you gossiping about him, saying that he's not doing anything? But what is he not doing?
Let me. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
If you've seen the seasons prior, he's been in so much trouble and has blindsided this family time and time again.
Yes.
They showed a preview of the mom and how she felt toward, of her daughter even getting married to this man.
Right.
That shows you how serious this is.
I get it, but you're still with him, so why go and talk about him? That's a reflection of you.
Well, Paul is one of those people. He's crazy. He's one of those people. She loves him.
So
she says it all the time. She really loves Paul. That's why she's with him.
She must be crazy too, though.
She's not. She loves a crazy man.
Okay, so then if you know he's crazy, why do you have to talk about him? To your mom negatively. I thought that was nasty.
Okay, yeah.
I thought that was nasty. I didn't like that. And I didn't like the fact, more to her talking bad about him, I didn't like the fact that her and her mom were standing in the window looking at Paul help with the dad. She's like, well, at least he's doing something with his life. What are you doing?
Okay, well, okay.
I can see how you took that one, though.
I just think it was all just nasty. Like, why are you... Let me see what the live chat is talking about.
Some
Here's the
history.
thing, that there's so much history. He has put her through so much. He used to be so controlling that even on social media, only he could post about them. Only he would show you her and then flip it back. So controlling of her. And he would do weird stuff. You even saw in the beginning of this where we need baby clothes because I'm having a baby, but you brought a bunch of crap to me, all of that stuff. And promising her the world. And Paul has chilled out a bit, but he was really over the top.
Yeah.
when we first met him. And she put up with a lot all the time.
And I don't know if you know, but her dad is an ex-cop. Yeah. So a lot of that tension stems from Paul's background and his criminal history. It's like, do you really want your daughter dating someone like this? And you've been, you're in law enforcement, and it's just a lot for him to take too.
You guys are talking about the past.
The past, honey.
But she still stayed with him. So if you're still going to stay with somebody, why talk trash about them?
She's not bringing up the past, though. She's talking about the future.
He is still the same.
He's still crazy.
Okay,
it
but
doesn't
you
mean
chose
he's out
to
here
stay with him
setting houses on fire anymore. He's not doing that. But he's still Paul. Yeah. He's unique.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I think he's just unique. But I understand where you're coming from.
I don't know. I think she has a little Evelyn in her. Because I'm still going to stand behind that. I tried to give her a chance after the first time. Yes.
Evelyn?
Yes.
Out of men and women, she's closest to Evelyn.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean that.
Okay.
Wow. I'm standing behind it. You're
sticking with it, too. Okay.
Kimberly Mayfield in the comments said, because she's responding to me saying, what do you do? Uh-huh. And she said, she's growing a whole child. I understand that, Kimberly. I understand.
She's emotional. Going off on you.
Aside from that,
yeah.
What do you do?
I mean, that's how you feel. That's the vibe you get. Okay.
That's the energy I'm getting off of her.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, history. The history is deep with this couple, honestly. Yeah, they're pretty much really upset about everything. I'm surprised that they even made it there without Paul having a heart attack. We know how he is.
Yeah, we don't know that it's facts. All we know it was 5 days later.
5 days by boat.
He had his not little, but luggage with him like this.
Kimberly said, remember he wants her to get a DNA test. Oh, yeah, that is right.
I'm telling you, this guy...
But she is staying with him.
She loves him. She admits that, though.
So he must not be that bad.
Can we just talk about how Paul dropped the terrorist?
Wait. Ashley, what do we have to say to make you agree, okay?
No, I'm not disagreeing with the fact that Paul is alive. I'm not disagreeing with that. That's not my argument. But the fact of the matter is that she is staying with him. Okay. So what does that say about her?
Okay. We're going to move on to the terrorist.
Yeah. So, guys, that dad's face when... that part got translated. He's like, terrorist.
He was shook.
I was like, he spoke 100% English there. He was terrorist.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Yeah.
And then the mom, Graceline, was so disappointed. Like, you could just see she was so disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's out of their control. They just want to know, like, the mom wanted to know, will you be there to, like, keep her company when the baby gets here? Like, they mostly care about the baby, not even the relationship that Paul has with Karine. It's just really about a family having a unit.
The mom did look really disappointed. Yeah. Disappointed. Yeah, she's hurt.
Yeah.
But she made a good point. She's like, are we sure that this is just a translation issue and not, like, something that's more than?
Because we still don't know that yet.
Yeah.
I can't wait to find out. Okay, let's get into Laura and Aladdin. She's not pleased. She hasn't been pleased this entire season. He's fine, but he's not good with the jiggy. Period. How did you guys
think? He said, I am enough man for you.
Yes.
I don't know about those USA men.
Now, do you guys think she should have just showed him everything that she brought over to help in the bedroom? Or do you think she would have been better off having a conversation with him first and not just, like, blindsiding him? What are your thoughts on that whole thing?
Well, I think she was trying to have a conversation with him first.
A full conversation, or was it just throwing a shot? She threw a couple shots.
I don't think she shouldn't have thrown the daggers.
Well, she threw the shots in the when they were on the couch, right? But she didn't throw shots when she was actually introducing this toy.
Like the confessional.
The mic.
Yes, the microphone.
And I ain't talking about the spider.
Right, so she already threw it out there that she did not feel satisfied by him. And I think that when she took out the toy, I think she was trying to have that conversation like, hey, this is what can spice stuff up, and here's why. And he took it all the way. He got his manhood hurt.
Yes.
His pride hurt, and I think he felt threatened. Like, not threatened as in, oh, you're threatening me, but threatened as in his manhood was threatened.
And also embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's happening in front of the cameras.
It's happening in front of the cameras as well. Yeah. And, it was just tense after that. He really couldn't get past it. and she brought up his lack of communication. He's not good with that, and she says it shows how immature he is, which I understand 100%. I agree with her as well, but again, like you said, the cameras. Had the cameras not been there, I feel like the conversation would have went differently. He may have been still offended, but they could have had more of a discussion after she brought out the toys.
What do you guys think he did when he went outside?
He smoked their shoulders.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Just...
You think he called anybody?
Called? Who could he call?
I don't know. I was just thinking, like, did he go outside and talk to a side piece?
He got really mad, like, go inside.
Well, she had no clothes on, right? And you're in a predominantly Muslim country, so she can't be out there in her robe and pajamas. At all. You might be onto something.
I don't know. It's just a thought.
You think he would be that bold, mic'd up?
Yeah, but texting doesn't do anything. Texting like, hey, someone like prop my manhood up again so that I can go feel better about myself.
Maybe he needed an ego stroke.
Yeah,
because he was very calm when he said, "I'm going to go outside." So to me, my spidey senses was like, "Oh, you going outside to talk to somebody?"
You just went for the gusto. I feel you. Okay, we didn't have Devin or Jihoon. We can talk about them in predictions because we know something serious is kind of coming up with them.
In news and gossip, I just had that photo and I forgot it, so I might have to send it to our producers right now because I feel like something's going on with her.
Okay, sounds
like
great.
Out.
Now we'll get into our last couple, Ronald and Tiffany.
Oh boy.
Okay, I have a question about Tiffany's sister.
Okay.
Do you think those were tears of joy because she was happy that he said all those wonderful things? He's going to take care of them. He loves them and blah, blah, blah. Or do you think she's truly just scared?
I think she's scared for her sister.
I think she was so scared. So scared.
Yeah.
She looked terrified.
I thought it was bizarre how Tiffany was like, "Oh, you can call him brother." I'm like, what is up? I like Tiffany. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, what is up with you trying to push this on everybody? You're trying to push this on Daniel. You're trying to push this on Lori, your sister. Like, you need to just chill and let people come into your reality because it's abnormal, for one. But they need to come into it comfortably.
And I'm wondering, because we're starting to kind of see a theme with some of these moms who are like forcing the boyfriends down their children's, like the family's neck. And I'm wondering, A, why, and B, if that's a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just want a brother. Like, why would
that's not even natural. Yeah. I think part of the problem is she's trying to convince herself that she's making the right decision at the same time. So in doing that, she's being pushy towards everyone else. Do this, like him, call him this. So basically that I know I'm doing the right thing, that I know he's the one for me. If you guys can say it, it's easier. It's an easier pill for me to swallow.
Very true.
And that's what I'm getting from her. But yeah, it's just, what do you think about the situation where she lets her, well, not let, but she tells Ronald it's okay to go pick up her dad from the casino?
First of all, does her dad not know that...
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, she said he doesn't.
Well, then that's her bad, because here's a guy who's not even a month out of rehab. And
not even a week, I don't think.
First we do the bachelor party, and we possibly have some triggers here, and here. Yep. He lies, they talk about it, they move on. But that's his main trigger. And watching the preview where you hear the ding, 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 and him like zoning out, I was like, oh no, I mean, come on.
And I don't know if she just figured like, okay, well, fine, she broke down. This is a way to test him, but you don't test an addict this way if that's what you're going for. I don't know if that is, but it's too close to your wedding day, and it's just
like,
too much.
How come her sister could make it to this braai or whatever it's called, the hosted family barbecue,
Dad.
But Dad needs to be picked up at the casino?
Right. And
why?
he has to be the one to do it?
Yeah, why?
Yeah. There weren't any other ways.
His mom couldn't go?
Yeah.
Or, one of his family members that was at the barbecue? Like, come on. And you send him by himself?
Right, why couldn't his mom go with
someone else to watch over him?
I also feel like she can't babysit him like that. But that's the reality she's kind of walking into. Like,
she took on the task.
That is true.
Of playing babysitter until he's, somewhat steady.
Yeah.
But you still got, she's still going to have that in the back of her mind. It's just sad. It just sucks. Sapphire 143 says she's scared of Ronald going back to his addiction.
Yeah.
She's scared of Ronald going back to his addiction, and Laura's scared of Aladdin going back to other women.
Yeah. It's a lot of scared folk on this episode. Jenny's scared. Sumit won't come back. It's a lot going on. You guys ready to get into our special segment, What Do You Think?
Let's do it.
Do it.
All right. I literally just have one question because I feel like it's pretty strong.
Okay.
And you won't actually need your sides.
Oh.
I'm sorry. What's worse, being with someone whose family hates you or being with someone who hides you from their family altogether? And hates, I mean strong hate.
I say being with someone whose family hates you
Is worse than them not even just telling them their family about you?
For me, I'm going to say it's not telling the family about me. Because why are you not telling the family about me?
Right.
Like, why?
Yeah.
If they hate me, oh, well, they hate me, and we'll have to deal with that. But for you to hide it, then that says a lot about how you value or devalue our relationship.
Yeah.
or me as a person.
Me as a person.
No, I agree. I just feel like, don't hide me. I'd rather go toe-to-toe with your family members than for them not to know.
Yeah.
And because like you think, okay, if they don't know, like your friends probably don't know, and you probably got some other stuff going on the side, and it leads into like these, or at least my mind would start wandering around like what's really going on.
Yeah, and why do you not want to introduce me? Just because you probably don't want me long term in your relationship or in this relationship.
Yeah.
So you're not making the effort.
Hate does like mess up relationships as well. Like some people can't get past just look past the family. It's like, well, like we've talked about in the past, you know, if the family doesn't like me or if I don't like the family, then there's no relationship. So I understand that as well. But I'm definitely, you know, just don't hide me, please. Please do not hide me.
For real.
News and gossip time.
News and gossip.
I've been waiting for this moment.
So guys, the biggest breaking news is that Laura's son has confirmed the split rumors that Aladdin and Laura are over. Done. Finito. He removed her from his Instagram. He blocked her. Her son confirms that she's back in Florida and that the show is about to take an ugly turn. And Aladdin is saying that he feels 100% disrespected. I grabbed this right before we went on air. He posted this not too long ago, and he said, "Dad and Mom, best love ever." Which, you know, read into that what you must, right?
I don't see her son being the lying type. I didn't get that vibe from him when we met him.
Yeah, no,
Liam.
not at all. And then if we move on to the next one, this is what Liam, her son, posted. So he posted a picture of the two of them together in Florida, and he says, "Quick update. I have no idea what's happening now, LOL, but you know all of those nice things you all have to say about me and other things you said about my mother. Well, please just keep those things in mind because the show is about to get ugly." All caps.
I can't wait. I need a little more heat. I'm ready.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Anybody else say anything?
And then I got this off of Aladdin's stories just about an hour or so ago. He says, "I know everyone is asking about divorce right now, but honestly, the only way to find out what is going on is to watch the show. Don't believe everything you read."
Not the peace sign.
And then, he said peaced out. And then I did go on to Laura's Instagram page, and she's still posting about him. So
they're throwing us for a loop.
Here's my thought, and I want to throw it out there. Do you remember Ashley and Jay, how they had their breakup and then she deleted him and he deleted her, and then she like cleared out her Insta account? It could possibly be something like that. And we know for a fact that The Other Way filmed the reunion in New York City last weekend. So this could all be a hoax because New York and Florida are hop, skip, jump away. So perhaps she was in New York doing the tell-all for The Other Way, and then she went home to Florida, and here we are.
Okay, I can see it.
Next up, we have Ji-hoon, and I just think that this girl photographs really, really well.
She does.
And he writes something like, you got to go read it for yourself. But basically saying that his wife is hot.
Oh,
yeah.
They have, I mean, honestly, like one of the strongest relationships, or the strongest relationship this season.
And if our producer can pull up, I sent a last ditch email that I can show you something about her. I think it's interesting because in the preview for the next episode, I showed you it. I screenshotted it. She was looking super crazy, and I'm trying to figure out if she's having a complete breakdown.
Oh, really?
I saw it, and I'm thinking she's just trying new makeup, Korean, inspired
Can
makeup.
you please stop it?
I'm trying to make a reason.
Can you please?
For the lipstick
here
on the
we
cheeks.
see her modeling photo, and this is what we see next week.
I don't think she looked crazy. I thought it was just like Asian inspired makeup, because they do those kind of looks. They do wild makeup. Or makeup that we think is.
And I know that from traveling and spending like half a year in Japan, but this doesn't look. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think in the comments.
I mean, it threw me at first, and then I'm just trying to create a reason. I need an explanation.
No one knows. And then Corey posted about this car, and I feel like this car is going to have its own...
Vroom vroom. It's
something, vroom vroom. Because Evelyn posted about it as well. This is our car, vroom vroom, and breaks down on the daily. Super annoying. Anyone else out there feel my pain? And I feel like this car is going to be a backdrop to their whole story and their relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's throwing money everywhere else. Just,
get a new car.
Please. And thank you.
And then, so in that whole entrepreneur spirit... did we know that Evelyn, because we know that Evelyn's parents own property and they own a hotel, and that she owns this business and she owns the property. Her brother is jumping in on it, and she says, "Hi guys, this is my brother," and she gives his Insta name, and he and his friend have created a sunblock brand. It's called Hand Sun Surf, that is 100% organic and 100% natural, eco-friendly, no harm from the reefs, and so on and so on. And so her little brother started a business.
Collect those coins.
Yeah.
Collect those coins.
That's really what's going on.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the news and gossip, girl.
brother.
Absolutely.
Predictions time, guys.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, so this is just really based off of tonight and all the information that we have gathered. I really do not see Laura and Adeline getting through it. Now, I feel like I really am going to, I feel like this is something with the jiggy. Some people can't get past this. Laura is older. She wants to be happy. She wants to be satisfied. And she wants to live her best life, And it's just like some things you can't compromise. And I feel like that's one of the things for her. And then the fact that she had to like walk on eggshells about it. She was like really nervous about the whole thing. Like, I've never seen him this mad. And so I think there's more to it. And I think a lot of it has to do with her not being pleased in the bedroom. Paul and Karine, I feel like Paul's stuff, they're not going to go back on what it is. It's terrorism to them. I felt like the dad felt it in his spirit when Paul said it. He just knew
100% English in that moment.
Yes, he knew, he felt it, and I felt it in my soul too. I'm like, okay, Paul, it's a rap for you. It's a rap. Did he rap? Okay, and Ronald and Tiffany, yes, his trigger is going he's going to fall into this little trap for a second. Do I think it's going to be for a while? No, but I feel like he is going to get caught in the casino doing stuff he shouldn't be doing, and it's going to be a whole thing. And it's going to continue. It's going to keep their storyline going. Those are my 3 predictions.
I think Ronald, I'm going to stick with that, the topic you're talking about. I think Ronald and Tiffany are going to be fine. I think Ronald's going to get through this moment like a champ. Maybe that's just hopeful thinking, but I think that he's gonna do well with that. Let's see, Laura and Adeline, or Aladdin, whatever his name is.
Girl, it's whatever now.
I'm hoping they're still together, and this is kind of just they're pulling our leg and our arm.
Yeah.
So I hope they can pull it together. But I will say I'm very happy to see that Laura's at home with her son.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he needs mom.
And it broke our heart seeing him cry like that.
Yeah.
I won't forget that. Every time I think of him crying.
Yeah. And then Jenny and Sumit, I think that he's going to end up having to tell the truth. I know Mr. Lion King does not like to tell the truth, but he's going to end up having to
Lion King. That's
Isn't that funny? Dang, I don't see him giving in. He's going to continue this lie.
You think he's going to keep the lie? He can't keep the lie going.
Can we get the cameras? Can we see the family?
But what I didn't understand was okay, so he told her, I've got to go home because I have to please my family or else they're going to cause issues with us getting married. They don't want you, if you go home or stay, they don't want you to get married to her, right?
Right. He's not making sense. No, you're not. That's literally what he's telling us. He's not making any sense.
It's just bizarre.
It is.
Did she not catch on to that?
She didn't.
Listen, she's got a lot of kids, so she should be able. Her lie detector radar should be popping.
Sharp.
Listen, he's not coming back. I'm trying to tell y'all something. My prediction is that he goes home and he gets caught up in the lie and he has to spill the beans. The family said already, we do not approve, and we sent her back, years ago. So what makes you think that it's going to change this time? Done. I think that he doesn't have money, he doesn't have a job, and I think that he's probably going to leave her high and dry. Now, is it the last that these two will be together? No, but I think this is the beginning of the end. Lauren and Aladdin, I don't know if this breakup is real. I'm on the fence with that because as soon as I figured out that she was already in the U.S., so why not go home and see your son? Then, and then for him to post, don't believe everything that you're reading. Who knows?
Is there a limit on what you can say about the show? Because they act like there isn't.
I mean, they can only say from what they filmed. They can't go beyond the storylines, right?
Okay.
But that's why it's so interesting, because we know that all the casts always go beyond it. They post so much stuff on social media that we're like watching stuff that already happened.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I think Karine and Paul are going to be just fine. As we know, they are stateside now, so perhaps he does get kicked out and deported, and hence he's back in the U.S. with his family.
Absolutely. Well, I hope someone's prediction is true because I feel like we had some really good ones. You guys, if you have any predictions, make sure to get in the comments. Live chat is over, but World Forever, comment back in the comments. We love you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. 5 stars, iTunes. You can catch us here every week, same time. I'm your girl, Alex Bowers. Follow me all over social media at Hey Alex Bowers.
Guys, Linda Antwi all over social media at Linda Is So Girly. Make sure you're hitting me up on 90 Day Fiance News, 90 Day Fiance. Now that it's Happily Ever After is over, we're doing Before the 90 Days.
Yep.
And check out our new show, Family Chantel. We're all TLC all the time. Yeah, so you guys can find me on Instagram at Ms. Ashley Marie.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.